What's going on, guys? It's Radar here
I have
with
no idea where we are right
some of the BMW in the GT3 challenge. This is the video, the race I promised to make up because I missed it on Thursday night. So here we go. We had 60 cars registered for this race, so it's split. We qualified 10th and we're car number 7, so I think we might be in top split this one. It's half an hour around Mid-Ohio, or as I like to refer to it as Awkward Turn Central, which you will probably find out throughout this video. Lots of direction changes, off camber corners, blind corners, all sorts of good stuff. So it's a very quick pace lap. So we're at half an hour around Mid-Ohio. Enjoy, guys.
Alright, man. Pace cars in. Ring, ring, ring.
Oh,
On your right. Go left. All clear. All
nearly
clear.
got around him.
Got one on your right. Too wide there.
I don't think we have any damage out of that though.
Go right.
No, car is straight. I think we gained maybe one position out of that, but oh well. It's very easy to lose the rear through that little left kink coming onto the main straight here. It's off camber and the track's slippery enough as it is. And if you hit the curb, you're doing one of those clumsy, stupid, lazy spins. Get a good run out of the keyhole and we'll get past Mr. Iberia into turn 3. But if the draft doesn't work for me,
Got one on your left.
oh, around the outside. Ooh.
Keep right there. All clear, all clear.
That was some good racing. That was good fun. Now let's set our sights forward on Noel. We're getting 2 places now since the start, which is a good thing. Now, of course, the big news in iRacing at the moment is that iRacing have signed a deal with Aston Martin to bring, if I recall correctly, 4 cars into the iRacing service. One of them will be a GT3 car, so iRacing look to be definitely heading down the GT direction with the roadside at the moment. They've had the rough and then they've had the BMW, and now they're going to add a Vantage GT3. So I mean, the more variety in the types of cars, the better. Let's just hope when they do release, if they do ever release the Aston, that it's not the god car like the BMW orders when it was released. Oh, he's a lap
Got one
car.
on
Cool.
your left.
Whew.
All clear, all clear.
And of course, the rumour mill about driver swaps can end. It is confirmed for the season 4 build. iRacing put up a big, well not big, put up a quick little video detailing it. And kind of announcing that it'll be in the next build. And then the guys over at ISR did a in-depth look, which was basically let's show the same picture or footage 10 times in a half-hour video. It was boring to watch. Don't go watch it. You can get the same amount of detail out of
Go left. Go left. Or on your left.
What are you doing, buddy?
Go there. Hold your line.
You can get the same amount of detail out of the iRacing 2-minute video that you can out of ISR's half-an-hour video.
Clear on the left. Got one on your left. Clear on the left.
We gained 1 place out of all of that chaos, and Marcus had a mad run down the back straight. Not too comfortable with that, all that rear brake. Just having difficulties getting it stopped. Now, because he's the number 2 car, I expect him to be quicker. It's not like it's a surprise, and considering for this car I really just kind of four and poach a set, and whichever one feels good, I'll drive it. Got a nice train forming behind us here.
Got one on your right. Clear on the right.
Need more speed. Just can't get away from him. And yeah, we got back to 11th place on our tail right now. I really do hate this final turn. You just kind of slide away from the apex, and it's just a very annoying and awkward turn to get through.
Got one on your right. Keep left. All clear, all clear.
Yeah, that's not happening. You're not going around the outside there. Only I can do that. wide of the apex there. No, you're not looking there. That's just stupid to have a go there.
On your right.
Oh, really, bro?
Clear.
Really? He's probably gonna win saying, "Oh, I blocked him, I blocked him." I never blocked. Never blocked. But oh well. Nice to know the only way you can pass Marcus is to punt. And the moment someone like that does, you kind of instantly lose respect for them as a driver until they prove otherwise. You know, you develop a good and a bad list of names that you might see around, and he's definitely on the bad list right now. So now we're kind of in no man's land, really. But we'll see what the 14 and the 18 behind us can do, whether they do catch up or not. There just seems to be that mid-corner slide, like you let cool the cars point at the apex and then it'll just slide, and it's like, why? Why'd you do that to me?
All good.
So now that we're in low man's land, we can probably have a little bit more of a discussion about things that have been happening in the iRacing world recently. So I did briefly touch on the Aston Martin deal with iRacing.
Sorry, dude.
So that will bring 4 cars, which is very Aston Martin. I've always wanted to drive one of them. If I can't afford one, I might as well drive it in iRacing. It's the next best thing, really. But we'll wait and see what type of cars they bring across to the service. But no, they are going to bring a GT3 car. It was in the post they put out about it. Woo! Catch that.
Good job, man. You're in the top 10.
And of course, driver swaps,
Thanks, mate.
something I'm definitely
Sam, don't worry about
looking
me.
forward
Just
to.
the guys ahead.
Noodle.
Just trying to figure out what they're talking about there. The way it's going to work looks like teams and driver swaps, all that sort of stuff. They're going to give you an option on the homepage, one of the drop downs, to create a team, and in that you can add drivers to your team, or you can just leave it open for anybody. And then in that you can join races as a team. There wasn't a lot of in-depth, the process behind it. It's just that you can join it as a team, and so all your drivers will be in the one session. So that way, effectively in practice, you can do driver swaps, and you can have different guys in the car at different times. Or you can have so everyone can drive the car in a practice session in your team. However, they can't all be in the car at the same time because there's only one car. And I believe the maximum was 8 per team, 8 drivers per team. We're just over halfway in this race now, so winding down. Let's hope we can hang on to our 10th place. I'm not sure if in quali all drivers can qualify the car, or if it's just one. I didn't quite catch that when I watched the video, but in the race, well, there is a minimum distance each driver has to do.
2 times for the battery.
So say you had 3 guys, I think it's 25%. You have to do. So it'll be in iRacing will release more in-depth rules when it gets closer, but I'm just going off what I watched in the video. So there is a minimum distance each driver has to do, and when you do, the method of doing a driver change is actually pretty clever. So effectively, you pull into the pits like your normal pit stop, and you just exit the car as if you would to get into the garage. And then from there, the guy who's next in line, whoever wants to drive the car, will be already spotting. So it's a mix of a spotter / race function. So they'll be in your garage spotting. They can do all your pit adjustments, all that sort of stuff. And then you'll get, when the guy in the car jumps out, you'll see him disappear, and then we'll go start racing, so you can jump in the car, and then a timer will start working down to simulate the driver change. And in that time, the pit stop and everything else is going on. So it's a very clever and intuitive way of doing it. I think it also encourages a bit more of that team participation. It'll make the teams that iRacing has in a bit more useful. And I expect week 13 will be full of 6-hour, 12-hour, 24-hour races. I believe iRacing even put a picture up on their Twitter about they did their first ever 24-hour race the other day. So the devs are having a bit of fun. Well, we desperately want the season to end so we can have driver swaps. But I know on the V8 side, a lot of guys want to do Bathurst 1000s, etc. So it's definitely a feature that'll be used a lot. Maybe not on a regular basis, but it'll be used in a lot of the leagues.
Alright, man, that car is a lap down.
And in some
We're gaining on him.
I don't know who he was talking to. Had a mad oversteer moment at the top of the hill there. Had to catch it, which pushed me wide. Just really not feeling me too high in this car. Usually I kind of enjoy it. Just a track that rewards good technique, which I don't necessarily have, but I just enjoy racing it. But this is just like painful to drive almost. And it's a GT3 car, and usually they're kind of fun around every track. Like VIR last week was so much fun. It's just a shame I got crashed out in the first 10 minutes. Really wide of the apex there. So we are gaining on the 3 cars beyond this lapper, which hopefully we can restore some order and get back what we had before we got punted. Now for the observant folk out there, you'll notice my car looks a bit different to other GT3 videos. That's because in the past few days, myself and my team, Aston Racing, have parted ways. I'm not going to go into the reasons behind it, I'm just going to say we've gone to do our own thing. Which I'm not necessarily bummed about, really. Means I can just drive my own way, drive what I want, and put whatever skin in the car I want, which is I was in the trading paint showroom just before this race looking at all the skins. I was like, man, all the stuff I'm missing out on. So I don't know how long we'll be out on the privateer circuit for, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so for now, privateer, back to the good old days. We're gaining slightly, probably about 1/10 of a second a lap on the guys ahead, which isn't spectacular. Oh, there's a bit of damage on his car. Wonder if it will actually affect his handling. I think Jorgen's talked to one of his mates, but he's using the iRacing channel. It's a bit confusing what he's talking about. bit wide.
Go left. Turn on your left. Still there? Hold your line. Clear on the left.
Run the outside again. Yeah. Up in a ninth, let's go and get J. Daniel Ramos. And we've got less than 5 minutes to do it. Let's see what we can do. Terrible exit through the keyhole. Just terrible. Just hate that feeling when the car gets light. And it's like, is it gonna spin on me? Bit of a better exit that time. 3 minutes to go. Doesn't look like we'll catch him, but you never know. Definitely a much better exit on that occasion. Tell you what, that wing damage to Noel must have taken some off because he's really quick down the straight. Or either that or I'm running lots of downforce. Lots of rear wing, sorry, not use the correct term. That felt good, and it was good. It was 4/10 faster than my previous one. another good run out, and we'll finish this lap, and then we'll have one to go. So don't think we'll get to them unless they make a mistake, but still, we can try. Really wide there, but we'll bring it back and get a good run. Here we go, last lap. Well, it looks like Jorgen and Felipe had a bit of an incident. Now it's just a battle between me and Noel. Not quite enough to catch the guys ahead, but we bring home a 9th place, which I'm not too grumpy about. I'm happy with 9th. So we'll let him go because he's into a fast slow lap. So we'll go and put a replay up of our incident up here in the keyhole earlier in the race. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the flip side. So here we are, guys, with the sum up of that incident between me and the number 2 car. So here we go, coming up in the keyhole. He does it. It's a textbook maneuver, and then all it does is he just pushes wide, and yeah, I thought he hit him in the rear corner, so I got a bit more grumpy, but nah, that was the door-to-door. So I'm not as pissed off, but still, it was annoying. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and that's my new car for now. So I'll see you on the flip side.